Hey, this is Darshan Shanti from darshanshanti.com with your Wednesday whiteboard training. These are the 6 keys to a very successful and happy life. On the board behind me are 6 incredibly, critically important questions you must ask and answer so that you can truly be happy and live a very fulfilled and wonderful life. So let's take a look at them. The first question is, what do you want? Now, obviously, you can look ahead. Why do you want it? How long have you wanted it? Why don't you have it? What does it cost you not to have it? And what would it mean to you if you had it? But let's take one question at a time. What do you want? Like, seriously, 100% in your heart of hearts, if failure wasn't an option and you could have whatever you wanted, what would it be? That's a very, very, very powerful question because most people know the answer to that. They just don't want to admit it. And why don't they want to admit it? Because then they'd have to do something about it. They'd have to change something in their life. They'd have to end a relationship. They'd have to quit their job. They'd have to do whatever it is that they're either too afraid to do or don't want to do for whatever reason. So what do you want? Chances are you really know it. And if you don't, sit quietly for a few minutes every day and say, what do I want? What do I want? And let the answer come. In the stillness, in the quietness of your mind, I promise, something will come to you. You'll get a nudge. Follow that nudge. Follow your intuition until it reaches its fruition. Then once you know what you want, what's critical is why. Why do you want it? You see, why is the fuel? Why is what's going to carry you through during the hard times, during the lean times, during the times when it's stressful, when things aren't working the way you thought they should work? If you know why you want it, it's going to just carry you, as I just said. It's going to hold you. It's going to push you. It's going to pull you. It is going to be the fuel, as I said, to move you along in times of doubt, in times of fear. So once you know what you want, and then you say, all right, this is why I want it. Well, maybe it's for freedom. Maybe it's to make a lot of money so that you can provide for your family in a much better way. Maybe it's to donate to charities because you can't give to them now. Maybe it's to start a foundation. Who knows? Your why is personal to you, but you have to know what it is, and it has to be very strong. The stronger your why, the easier it will be to go do all the things you need to do, because when the hard times come, I promise if your why is strong enough, it will overrule any of those problems and challenges. And the next question, how long? How long have you wanted what you want? Some people won't even admit that they've wanted it for many, many years, some for decades. Why? Because it's very painful that they've wasted all those years of their life not having what it is that they really want and making excuses day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. So how long have you wanted it? And why do I ask that question? To really put it into perspective. Because if you wanted it for a decade or 2 or 3, how long are you going to wait? You don't know how much time you've got. So stop wanting it and start doing it. You owe it to yourself. Forget about everyone and everything else. Yes, the world can use your skills, talents, and ability. That's great. But you owe it to yourself because this is your life and you're living it for you. That's why you're doing it. So ask yourself and honestly answer, how long have you wanted? And are you willing to wait any longer? Is it worth it to continue to wait? Of course the answer is no. Because if your answer is yes, then turn the video off now. There's nothing else for you. If you're still willing to wait on your dreams, then there's nothing else I or anybody else, any other book, any other teacher, any other guru could say to you. The next question, why don't you have it now? Look at that. Why don't you have it? Now that's going to bring up all of your excuses. Every single one of them are going to come up. And of course, at the beginning, there'll be surface level excuses. I don't have the time. I don't know how. I don't have the money. I don't have this. I don't have that. Whatever your excuses may be. My spouse doesn't support me. I've got too many other obligations. People won't like it. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. You're going to find those excuses when you ask why. But don't let yourself just stop at the surface level excuses. Go deeper. Go deeper and deeper and deeper. And keep asking yourself why over and over and over and over and over again. Why don't I have it? Why don't I have it? Why don't I have it? And every time you get an answer, go, okay, well, why is that there? And keep going deeper and deeper and deeper. And what you're going to find are some core beliefs that you have about you. Some beliefs that you have that do not serve you. Some belief that some version of I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not whatever enough. Look, my core beliefs that were running my life was that I was irresponsible. Sorry, not that I was irresponsible. Wow, I wonder where that came from. My core beliefs that were running my life was that I was unnecessary, that I was useless, and that I was a throwaway. Those were the core beliefs that were running my life and, of course, ruining my life. Of course, that actually made me irresponsible. Do you hear that? I just told you what the core beliefs are. I told you what most people are afraid to admit about who they are because they're then afraid what people will think. Well, there, I've told you. Now it's out. Now it's not just you, but it's everybody who ever watches this video. You see, those were my core beliefs. They were running my life. They were ruining my life, but not anymore. And I'm glad that I shared that with you, because if my sharing that, my openness helps you to change your life, helps you to be open, helps you to be free, then I did my job in this video. Now the next question, what does it cost you to not have those things? What does it cost you to not have what you want? Now I want you to really think about those costs, the emotional costs, the mental costs, the physical costs, spiritual costs, monetary costs. What does it cost you? Obviously, it costs you money, it costs you time, it costs you happiness, it costs you a ton of things. And many people won't look at the cost because the costs are too painful. Because if they look at the costs, once again, they'll have to admit to themselves how they've been lying to themselves. If you look at the costs and the costs become more painful to you than staying where you are, well, guess what? You'll make a change. If staying where you are, though, is more comfortable, you'll stay where you are. Because as human beings, we're all motivated by avoiding pain or by gaining pleasure. So if you can create more pain by staying where you are, then the pain of whatever you think is going to happen to you if you change, well, then you'll change. And let your why be the be the attracting force, and let your pain be the spring away from where you are. Let your why pull you forward and let your pain push you away. Your why is like the pleasure. And finally, speaking of pleasure, the last question, what would it mean to you if you had it? If you had whatever it is you say you want, what would it mean to you on all those same levels, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, monetarily? What would it mean? And again, you'll use that as what pulls you forward. You'll use that as the magnet to attract you to your dreams. What would it mean? And is that worth it to you? Is your happiness, your joy, your peace, your freedom, your fulfillment, your satisfaction, is that truly worth it to you? Because if it's not, again, you won't do anything. You'll stay exactly where you are. Anybody can stay where they are. Anybody can maintain the status quo. Anybody can flatline through life. Are you better than that? You see, I can tell you you are, but it doesn't matter, does it? You are the one that has to tell you. You are the one that has to believe it. You are the one that has to live with yourself. Because when you go to bed tonight, you'll know if you gave it what you could give it towards your dreams. You'll know if you did everything you could. You'll know if this was your day, that you took control of your life, that you took responsibility for your life, and you started to make your goals, your dreams, your life happen the way you want it to, versus going to bed tonight and all you did today was flatline, and you know you didn't give it your all. You know you made an excuse. You know you sat back and did things and were busy instead of productive. You know if you did those things. It's always a choice. Do what you're really supposed to do. Do what your heart says, or do what fear dictates. There's your choice. It's your decision. What decision are you going to make today to move your life in this direction? Answer these 6 keys to an absolutely happy and successful and rewarding life, and watch what begins to happen very, very shortly. So that's it for this Wednesday whiteboard training. I invite you to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Just do a search for Darshan Shanti. When you go to the site, if it says this page has no content, just click on videos. There's plenty of videos there. There's over 100. And give me a thumbs up. But more important than all of that, when you leave a comment and all that, that's all great. Please share this message, because then it's going to go out to all of the people you know. And when it goes out to your sphere of influence and they share it, it has a wonderful concentric circle effect that just gets getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So please share the video. Go to darshanshanti.com as well. You're going to find more information just like this that's going to uplift, inspire, and awaken you, and then empower you to live your fullest potential. Until tomorrow, this is Darshan Shanti from darshanshanti.com.